and welcome
Sure.
to this special live episode of the second Turnbuckle podcast. I'm Jay. I'm here with the captain. We're getting ready for.
Hey.
We are getting ready for a AEW All Out.
Yes, we are. I actually didn't think I was going to be able to watch it because, so the way we have it set up at this house is somebody buys it and I never have the money to.
Yeah,
truthfully, I don't. Yeah, and truthfully, if I had to buy it, $50 is a little bit steep. If I had the extra money, I'd do it, but just with how things go, I don't. So this month, nobody was going to be able to buy it until last minute. So a family member of the housemates I've been living with, they were actually able to get a code, or they're going to buy it and give us the code for it.
Oh, wow.
But we kind of bought it and then shared it with them a couple times. So it's only fair. But
Right.
So I'm actually going to be able to watch it.
That is very cool. I'm probably not gonna watch it. I have babysitting this weekend. I had a wild week.
Oof.
A bit of a wild week. First of all, rest in peace to my white and red beta fish Charles, who passed away last night. He got into the plant and he suffocated himself.
Oh, poor guy.
He was the cutest
That's
little
sad.
baby.
Oh, was this the one in your tank? Oh,
We have tanks though.
Mm.
So we have a 5 and we had a 3.5. My beta fish, which is blue mustard beta, by the name of Emilio. He's still going strong. We kind of got that for my wife.
Is his last name Estevez?
It was.
Ah.
For first couple of names it was, and I changed it to Jackson.
That's funny.
So, yeah, that happened. An African man got body slammed on the hood of my car on Thursday night.
Oh, what in the world?
Right. I'll tell you
How
about
did what?
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay, tell me after, because I want to hear the story.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sounds wild.
I don't know if I can share the full story yet because, unfortunately, the were called. So.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
So it's an actual thing.
Yeah, but I can't I don't know how far I can say.
Right.
Into that, but the man was body slammed on the hood of my car.
That's all you need to say. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's straight up hilarious.
Yeah, and then the fly plague that we've had at this apartment building struck my house, but unfortunately,
Oh my god.
Fortunately, we were able to deal with that.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it was a little late for work yesterday, but I had to handle that.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, then unfortunately we found out the fish passed yesterday.
Yeah.
Which was kind of put like a cap on a bullshit week, but it's 3-day weekend,
Yeah. Oh, that's true. It's Labor Day.
Yeah. Labor Day. Where we celebrate.
Okay, wait, so
we celebrate all kinds of labor in the United States of America. That is
except essential workers.
Right. And you know who else doesn't get celebrated apparently?
What's up?
Independent contractors.
Apparently, especially if you're WWE.
Right. You see that smooth little segue there? No cold.
That was an extremely smooth segue.
Thank you. I tried really hard on that one. But see, I don't know if anyone else has gotten the news yet, but apparently this is coming from wrestlers as well as who do I watch in the morning? Wrestle Talk, yeah. I know you don't like Wrestle Talk, but they don't give me any problems. So
I only have a problem with the writing on their thing. They kind of do the same thing that Ringside News does, which is like titles of articles that are kind of misleading and then just generate clicks. They're clickbaity.
Well, I mean,
their video format's actually really nice.
Honestly, in a world where we don't consume as much information as we should by actually reading things, sometimes you have to get a little clickbaity. So I can't.
I know, it just bothers me.
I definitely understand that because people really don't click things. Speaking of people
Yeah.
clicking on things, a real quick segue. Shout out to everyone who's showing love on the second season.
Absolutely. Hoboken's still holding it down.
They are. We're at 450 plays. We were just at 400 like 3 weeks ago.
That's not bad.
We appreciate the slow climb. Yeah, Hoboken is still holding it down. California's in close.
Shout out to the international viewers too. We've got a few.
Quite a few. From various countries. All over the planet.
England, Portugal.
Yeah. Singapore, Canada, Italy.
Hey, you know what? We can actually say that we have an international reach.
It's small.
And it's not clickbait. That's true.
No,
it's not large, but it's true.
It's not large at all, but let me tell you.
Hey, it's got to start somewhere.
It's not large at all. Shout out to Ashburn, Virginia. Probably one of my Facebook friends.
That's cool.
Shout out to my homies in Texas. Yeah.
Nice.
Also shout out to England and Scotland.
Mm-hmm. England is probably the website whose name I'm not forgetting, and I'm gonna shoot myself. Wrestle Outpost.
Yeah. I was about to say,
hopefully.
I was about to say Wrestle Fort because I knew it was something like Army related.
Wrestle Fort.
No, listen, I knew it was something Army related. That was just.
Hey, that's funny though.
Man,
I'm gonna fix this microphone. Why are you being so wacky?
Listen,
it's probably created some noise, but
it sounds pretty good here. Anyway, back to
all right, cool.
Back to our whole WWE situation.
Back to the actual topic.
Yeah. Nothing but the best here. But
absolutely.
WWE has this letter is actually coming from Vince McMahon himself.
Mm-hmm.
So Vince McMahon issued a letter saying that as working for WWE, you cannot use I guess you can't use your WWE name in any sort of strict Twitch stream, cameo, or anything like that. So if you have basically saying it had been leaked via Twitch. I think AJ Styles leaked something about COVID. So they're basically just trying to further keep WWE superstars up under their thumb.
Right, yeah. And I brought up the point that I guess I kind of understand it. They want to keep their intellectual property and their names are trademarks.
Well, sure.
Most of them are.
Sure. So,
but then you brought up a really good point, and I'll let you explain your point.
So, all this is all really good and well if you're an employee, right? I can't use certain employee privileges that are allowed.
And that's and that would be written into your contract, presumably.
Right. But they're actually independent contractors, which means they do a job and they get paid. Basically gig work. So I wrestle.
Pretty much, yeah. Most 1099 work is independent contract work.
So for those of you who aren't familiar with the 1099, it's basically gig workers. Like I'm not gonna go as far as.
If you've ever been to a Renaissance fair, if you've ever been to some kind of what are like big outdoor events, there's a lot of. I think security workers are also 1099, if I'm not mistaken.
It depends on if you work for.
Depending on the company.
Yeah.
Right.
I actually am an independent contractor on my second job. I'm a musician. I rarely get paid enough by a single person to be given a 1099 because that's just the nature of the job.
But you are going to have to schedule C.
This year?
I imagine so. If you've made over, I forget what the dollar amount is, but anyway, that's a different topic.
I think it's 600.
I think you're right.
No, it's definitely 600. I have not made over $600 this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a totally, we could do an entire different podcast on that.
On being independent contractors, yeah. I haven't made over $600.
Tax code and.
Just because COVID has really, fucked like most 1099s up, honestly, except for DoorDash and Instacart, obviously.
But the lawsuit with Uber very well could. Like, I'm following that extremely closely.
As am I. The taxi drivers.
Because that's kind of huge.
Taxi drivers are terrible people. I work with them on a daily basis, and I hear the terrible things they say to people, especially old people. Anyway.
Yeah, it's like the Walmart greeters. They just take that job because it's there.
That job because they don't ask a lot of questions. I was watching Coneheads last night, and the dude was a taxi cab driver.
Oh my god. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, so I can see how fucked up the country was back in 1993 by watching Coneheads. It's fucking terrible.
At least it's a source of entertainment before I was alive.
I mean, now, like, that's a different topic on how things that have happened before probably won't fly in 2020, and we could probably use a lot of the attitude in this.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, there's a lot.
Maybe we'll pin that for an episode idea a little bit later. But yeah, I think back to the actual topic, because God, we're so off topic.
The second Turnbuckle wrestling tangent makes its return.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
They're fun, man. They're fun.
It's just a conversation, guys. Which you can join in on the conversation at our social media pages. They'll be listed at the end of the episode.
Absolutely.
Always feel free to join in the conversation. Even on the first episode. Get your thoughts in, guys. Go listen to it.
Absolutely. If you're like, man, if you're listening to any episode and you're like, oh, this is so wrong. Tell us.
Yeah. Like, it might not change anything, but...
It's not going to change anything, but you can yell at the wind, I suppose.
I'll listen to it.
Absolutely. We'll pay attention, for sure.
Like, who else can you say that they listen to me? They listen to me.
Independent contractor.
Right. So
they should own their own. They should kind of own their own intellectual property.
This is true. I think the person does not affect, however, is Xavier Woods.
Well, that's his name.
Well, no, but goes by Austin Creed on the interwebs.
Well, oh yeah, true. Oh, I know his name is Austin Creed, isn't it?
Yeah. So
yeah, okay. I'm so used to the name Xavier Woods. It sounds like it could be his actual name.
No, it may be Austin Woods. I'm not sure.
I think it's Austin Creed. I think you're right.
No, I think that was his name on in TNA.
No, that's his name, Austin Creed.
Oh wow.
No, Austin Watson. His last name is Watson.
That's it.
He's 1 inch shorter than me.
Well, yeah.
Cool. He's born in Georgia. I did not know that.
He lived in Inglewood he lived in California for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
He used that to get a cheap pop at a house show. Shout out.
I believe it.
Shout out to Cheap Pops. Yeah, that wouldn't affect him as much because he doesn't whole likeness on his show.
Right.
But it could affect how people.
But he's also had like a 4-year head start on all of them. Most of them are like new right now. AJ Styles has his, Rusev has his. I mean, he's not a WWE employee anymore, but
he's also not
I think
Rusev.
what's her name has one.
Who is what's her name?
I
know Peyton Royce just started one.
The hair versus hair match. Mandy Sonya Deville.
Oh.
No, I think Sonya Deville has one.
Maybe that's not a good idea, especially after what has happened in the last few weeks.
A bunch of them are starting one.
Well, yeah, because think about it.
It's an extra source of income if people are willing to.
Yeah, WWE isn't paying all that well.
Well, yeah.
Like, even if you get like a $4-year $1 million contract, how much are you making per year?
Right. Well, and actually, it's kind of nice now. We've talked about this before, where they pay all their own expenses. They pay for airfare, hotel fare. If they use any ride share, like they pay it all. WWE
Right.
doesn't pay. So with COVID, like they only have to really stay in Florida.
So I think if every wrestler doesn't already have a house in Florida, they probably do now.
Ziggles has one. Cena has one.
Well, Cena
Couple
lives there.
people.
I'm not talking about
I think
like I'm
I
not.
think Renee and Extra House.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about like their own home. I'm talking about like
Oh,
an extra
gotcha,
house
gotcha.
because I know Cena just lives there.
Right. So does Ziggler. I think Moxley lives there as well, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
don't know.
Or maybe he lives in like
Las Vegas or something.
I'm not sure.
Because
I
he's
don't.
in
I mean,
he's
I
in the
don't.
desert a lot for a lot of his promo work.
But truthfully, I don't really care where people live. To be honest, I'm not about to go and show up at their house, so I don't care. It's just kind of fun to know where people are. Like, hey, this person lives in Florida. I
Right.
wonder if they see how wacky Florida is on a regular basis.
Probably not because they're rich. They're rich enough.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
true.
houses are cheap in Florida. That'd be the smart thing to do, especially now. I don't know why Daniel Bryan and family don't like rent a house in Florida.
Well, I didn't today.
Hmm?
They right after that season of didn't they right after that season of Total Divas that they were all on together?
I'm not sure. I didn't watch.
It's like season 2 or something. I actually enjoyed the show a lot, to be
But
honest.
yeah, I think WWE have like rented out a whole hotel just
Right.
to minimize outside exposure. So that's great. I mean, you don't have to fly in and out of Florida unless you want to.
Mm-hmm.
So this is helping people save money. But then again, the people who aren't on TV, think about it. Let's talk about wrestling salaries really quickly.
Sure.
So you have your base wrestling salary. What I have understood is get a WrestleMania bonus or a pay-per-view bonus if you're on the show, but you
I
don't.
thought they stopped doing pay-per-view bonuses a long time ago.
Okay, so here's the thing: you get a pay-per-view bonus is pay-per-view tickets are more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like so it's a show bonus, not a pay-per-view bonus. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
let's call it the big show bonus versus the pay-per-view bonus because the pay-per-view bonus doesn't work anymore because no one is buying
Right.
pay-per-views.
Right. They're all doing it on the network.
Randy Orton was a
It would
very
be, honestly, it'd be really dumb to buy a WWE pay-per-view now for $50.
when you can get them
Can you
all
even do it still?
Actually, you can.
Wow. Why? Just buy it for, is it still $9.99?
Yeah, it is.
Dude, that's a steal. Like, they could get away with charging $20 a month and it would still be worth it.
Yeah, no.
No, dude, just the pure volume of things that are on there, it's nuts.
But who watches all that shit?
The quarter.
That's why he knows so much.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I can see how COVID has worked. But you also get merch sales, and you only get. I think this is what Ryback had a problem with.
Mm-hmm.
Because you get merch sales if people like you and you're on TV and you're a good guy most of the time. A lot of heels don't get merch sales. So
yeah, Tommaso Ciampa forego, like he took out his merch sales. He was like, I don't. Oh, sorry, I hit the microphone. He's like, I don't even want merch sales when he was doing his heel run in NXT, like 2017, 2018.
Well, he didn't have any. He didn't have any merchandise.
No, he did. He had the what the fuck was it? I forget. He had one.
The Heartless
Hold
shirt?
on, let me bring up his. I think that was it.
Oh.
The Black Heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, he had the one where where it's like his face, but it's all decked out in red, and it says Blackheart. The K is backwards, the A's are black hearts, and it's like, have you ever seen the masks for? I'm gonna butcher the hell out of this, but Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah.
Those the ceremonial masks. That actually wasn't too bad. I'm kind of proud of myself. That sounded okay. It's that, and then it's like his beard. I think he had that shirt during his heel run.
So,
if I remember correctly.
So here's how that works. Because I honestly don't believe that. What happens is, get the merch. I see it now. I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Like the little eye sockets or hearts too. Get the check.
Yeah.
And you still get the check. Like, he did not turn down those checks. He did not cash them.
Right, he let them build up. That's probably true.
And he probably did use all that merch money when he was injured. A similar thing happened with, no, honestly, that'd be the smart thing to do.
It's just the way you said it. No, it's just the way you said it.
Oh, that's honestly the smart thing to do. I know Rey Mysterio, when he was trying to get out of his WWE contract, he refused to cash his checks. And I guess that was an issue.
Wow.
So back before he did his indie run, and that was a bit of an issue.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, like, you don't necessarily have to cash those checks. They're good for a couple of years, I believe. And no one...
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked.
And so, yeah, you can be a heel now and then cash all those checks when you turn face and, buy your wife upgrade your wife's wedding ring and buy a boat and do some other good shit,
Dude, Keith Lee's t-shirt looks nice.
It doesn't.
Oh, I want it.
So yeah, Keith Lee is raking in the money right now too.
Oh yeah, he's over as hell right now.
So even if
he should be.
So yeah, even if you're not making that much on like your actual contracted deal, your merch sales pull in a lot and you get a lot of merch bonuses. And those actually help people leverage a better contract.
Right, because if you have better merch sales, you can say like, "Hey, I brought you in all this money. Like, I'd like a little bit of that back as well, please."
I mean, I'd like that on the front end, and not the back end.
Right, exactly.
So, that goes to, and like right now, who's really selling merch? If you've been sitting at home for whatever due to COVID, you're not really selling merch like that. I honestly doubt that merch is being sold like that anymore. So you got to find.
I mean, I'm sure it is, but maybe not as much as it was.
See, the merch market is, I'm still gonna guess, still being dominated by John Cena, Roman Reigns, AJ Styles.
You know what? Randy Orton. I was about to say, like WWE, because WWE just put out. So you know Roman's "Wreck Everyone and Leave" shirt?
Yeah, it sold out, didn't it?
Yeah. No, but it is on the shop. Dude, this Legend Killer shirt's dope.
Yeah, so
the shirt Orton's been wearing with the etchings, like counting the number of days or counting the number of people. That's cool.
But yeah, that's one
Dude,
of those.
What is with this shirt? This Murphy shirt is garbage.
Yeah.
What is this? Have you seen it?
No, I have not. Let me.
The disciple Murphy. Look it up, real quick. I know we're on a tangent.
Well, I mean, this all does.
And there is a point.
Yeah, I mean.
But it's right below. If you're on the men's t-shirt, right? You go down a little bit, you'll see the Roman Reigns "Wreck Everyone and Leave" shirt, which is $28, like always. And right below it is the same. It's also $28, and it's the Disciple Murphy. It's literally just text in a gray box going sideways. That's it. Do you see it?
Oh wow! Oh, men's shirts.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to let you in to say $5, Mister. Mr. Bray Wyatt.
Look at how awful this is. Even the Bailey shirt that's next to it looks good.
Whoa, okay, that's weird. Why does Motorhead have so much?
Yeah, I don't know.
Merch on WWE Shop. Like,
Bronson Reed has a T-shirt? That's cool.
Yeah, I want the Thick Boy T-shirt.
Yeah, so go down to literally just like 3 lines. You'll see the Disciple Murphy shirt.
Okay, show up and win.
It should be like 2 below that. Maybe 3.
Gloves on. Styles. Dong, hello, Bailey. Rick, everyone.
If it's no, your role model shirt, it's like right to the left.
Oh, God, okay.
Dude, this is awful.
They have Raw Underground shirt. Okay, so here's the Thick Boy shirt.
Oh, then you're right by it. You should be.
No, I just saw it.
Area.
I just saw it. Oh wow!
Look at it.
They have the Thick Boy shirt in my size.
It's such a garbage shirt. Anyway,
yeah,
but yeah, like, people. I wonder, like, how much sales and merch has gone down, if at all.
That's a good question. Hopefully, we can find out.
I doubt it. I don't know where we would find that information. I have no clue.
I need to get me a damn shirt.
Who? Oh, the Ron Simmons damn.
Yeah.
Dude, I want this Limitless.
Okay.
Nice.
That's enough time on merch. We said all this to say top stars get paid more because they have all these merch sales, and people on the bottom necessarily don't. And you want to make more, you know?
Especially now.
Like, you're like, even at work, no one's gonna walk up to me and be like, "Hey, do you want to make more money?" And I'm not gonna think about it.
You're gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yes, please. Like, I just got a raise, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
It's like it's extra $40 a month, but I'm not gonna turn it down.
What is it, like 25-cent raise?
A little bit more than 25 cents, so I'm grateful. It's actually about a 50-cent raise.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's not bad.
But like, my point is, I'm not gonna turn it down.
Of course not.
So, like, I know a lot of people are talking about changing their account names.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so sorry we put you through all of that.
Just to go back to the original thing.
Just to end it like this. But
this was like a 15-minute long tangent going all the way back just to say
they have a Mark Calloway t-shirt.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's wild.
Anyway,
that's wild.
Yeah, people.
I mean, I guess the curtain's kind of pulled back now, so.
Yeah, I guess
why
you can
not?
sell it, right?
I don't know that I'd buy it.
They still have Becky Lynch t-shirts on the site, which is great. I think she was number one merch seller for them for a while. She might be the number one women's merch seller of all time, actually.
Honestly, I would not be shocked. She was wildly over for like a month straight.
Okay. So back to the whole point. People
a year straight, not month straight.
Yeah, no, it was a while. People just want to make more money, supplement their income, especially if their company isn't paying for it. So a lot of people might just change the names of their account so they can continue to do what they do. Speaking of people continuing to do what they do, we want to slip in a shout out to Anchor right here for helping us continuing do what we do here at this podcast.
Yes,
we are going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll be on AEW All Out predictions We hope you stay tuned for that.
Absolutely.
And here's a brief word for Anchor. So let's get back to a company that still very much has pay-per-view bonuses for the people involved. Let's talk about AEW All Out.
And they've gone all out on this. They were not joking.
I think they always go all out. That was their whole thing.
They kind of do.
They have to, participate with the big guys. Like speaking of AEW, hold on really quickly. Let us acknowledge the fact that AEW has officially won Wednesday Night Wars.
Yep, they did.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
I this is very alarming because the last time a company went head to head with another wrestling company and lost, they was really bad. Of course, I'm referring to TNA and WWE. WWE actually. TNA and WWE.
Sure.
They went
right. They tried.
They went head to head on Monday nights for a couple of months. It didn't even last 4 months, honestly.
So it was a miserable failure, is what you're saying.
So Spike, I think they were on Spike at the time. Spike was happy with the ratings they were getting. And because Spike had WWE before they went to USA.
Right.
Spike was happy with the numbers they were getting on, I believe, Wednesday night. Because I was watching wrestling Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night Bible study, and then Friday night SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they were happy with the ratings they were getting, because I guess they had nothing to fill the spot, because from what I remember of Spike, if it's even still a thing anymore, they didn't have a lot of original programming.
I have no idea.
So I think the only originals that they had were like, 1,000 Ways to Die. 1,000 Ways to Die was one of their shows, and they had this this warrior breakdown show. I forget the name of it, but it was really dope. They put like
you know what? They might have had oh no, that was MTV. Never mind. I was gonna say Bully Beatdown, but
Bully Beatdown was dope as well. But it was like history Deadliest Warrior, I think.
Maybe. Live fact check here.
I am typing. Let me do the typing because it sounds like it sounds like you're typing when you type. Yeah, so it was Deadliest Warrior. So they basically they still have some episodes here on YouTube.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so they basically put
vampires versus zombies. What?
Yeah, so I think their first episode.
What is this?
So they
Saddam Hussein versus what? This is wild. What is this?
Vampire. So basically, they would take a I'm trying to tell you. Hold on.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at it.
So they would take History's Deadliest Warriors, as they say they have, put them together in a what if situation. So you of course you had zombies versus vampires. That was a Halloween episode. They put Saddam Hussein versus Pol Pot, Joan of Arc versus William Wallace.
Oh, Joan of Arc beat the shit out of him.
I'm not sure. Crazy Horse versus Pancho Villa.
Oh, dude, KGB versus CIA. I need to watch this show.
Oh,
no.
The show is dope. I don't know. The show is
dope. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to find... Is this on Hulu?
It might.
I'm going to find this.
Let me know. In fact, I'll check.
I'll find this later.
Yeah. But it's a dope show. Spike didn't have a lot of
original
stuff, so they were happy with the ratings that they got, and they were getting really good unopposed wrestling ratings on Wednesday. So it did not make sense when Hulk Hogan came around. He's like, "Yeah, brother, let's go to Monday nights, brother," because I'm assuming that's how he talks all the time.
All the time, yeah.
Probably
It'd be
why
weird to hear him talk normal.
it was probably why his wife divorced him, because he was calling her a brother when they had sexual relations.
Oh God!
Yeah,
Can you
brother.
imagine?
Right there, brother.
Oh no!
Hulkamania's about to run wild in you. Oh. Oh.
Oh my God! You wildin' boy.
Of course.
Oh shit! That's funny.
What
You
you
are the
gonna
most
do?
clippable person on. You are the most clippable person on this.
Thank you.
In this entire podcast. You're getting clipped for that.
Thank you. It's gonna be a clip.
Anyway, are we on All Out now?
No, we're not.
Or did you have a separate call?
So yeah, they didn't have a lot of original programming, so they were happy with the unopposed Wednesday night wrestling fans that we had. That they had, because people who like WWE wrestling will probably like wrestling somewhere else. Especially if you're like me, I didn't wait for like a specific time to jump in. I just like found it and I was like, ooh, and I just kept watching it, even though I didn't know anybody.
Right.
So yeah.
Gotta start somewhere.
Right. So they had like a 3 to 4 month stint shows on Monday nights, and then they went back to Wednesdays, and right after that, an Eric Bischoff, Hulk Hogan controlled TNA, had some shitty ass quality television for a couple of years.
And we've talked about that before in a couple of different episodes.
Right. And we have to give it its own episodes.
That means I have to actually research.
No, you don't.
I was not watching it that time.
You actually don't. What we're gonna do is me and Chase are actually gonna talk about our best and worst times in TNA, and we'll research them, and we just want your opinion with like fresh eyes.
Okay. So I'll be a not moderator, but a what is the word I'm looking for? I don't know.
Just like a oblivious third party.
Yeah, I'll take it. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. That's exactly
the oblivious third party.
Yeah, and
it sounded a funny name.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that.
The oblivious third party.
Yes.
Anytime we bring in somebody on the podcast that doesn't know something specifically, they are the oblivious third party. All right.
What's that? OTP? Yeah, the OTP.
The OTP on the STP.
Yes. Let's do it. So yeah,
and now they've won the ratings war.
Right. So
it's a WWE entity.
That's not good. That's not good for NXT. They just took Keith Lee off the show. Can't figure out who their champion's gonna be. Let's see if they can turn chicken shit.
Well, it's gonna be Balor or Cole.
It's
gonna be Balor or Cole.
Which, spoilers, I'm not excited to see this shit happen again.
I am, because I like them both, but I would have rather somebody else. But the problem is, like, who else? They were really set on Karrion Kross, and it kind of screwed them up.
They booked themselves into a corner, brother.
Yeah, I mean, because the 4 pillars of NXT match was dope, by the way. But I don't know. Who else really could they get? Nobody else has been in the title picture, and every single one of them has been champ at some point.
Right. So, it's really giving us third brand vibes, especially now, because we have no new person we can put the belt on. They took the belt off of Lee.
Like, the only person I could have put in realistically would have been Damian Priest, but he's the North American champion, so he wasn't going to win it.
Dijakovic?
Or like, yeah, or what's his face? The one I don't like, the one that came from Cameron Grimes.
Give me Dijakovic.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, predictions. All out.
Well, I mean, so I was just saying it's not a good omen for. Let me finish the report real quick. It's not a good omen for NXT, especially with what's going on within the company right now. But I honestly feel like they'd be able to turn it around. Hopefully AEW can take momentum and run with it, because right now, not everything about AEW is great. But I know this is predictions, but we might as well take shots first. I don't understand why MJF can just challenge for the title like that. I feel like this is the first time someone's ratings have actually mattered. Ranking, excuse me. I don't even know if it's number 1 or number 2, rather, but he's undefeated.
Yes. That's in singles competition. He did lose a match, but he was also not pinned.
Yeah.
Wardlow was pinned.
So I don't know why Wardlow isn't challenging first.
Let me look up the male ratings real quick. I'll mute myself while I do. Yeah. And you can talk about the first match.
So we're gonna start off at the top. MJF versus Jon Moxley. Honestly, I do not buy it right now. MJF great with what he does, but he's not as visible on the product as other people. So I really would think that I'd put someone a little bit more visible on the product in this match spot than MJF. MJF has always been in and out. I think he's 6-0 right now, for whatever reason he wasn't able to work during the lockdown. So I really would sort of push people who were there during lockdown and people have seen.
Sort of in the same way that not best friends. Shoot, what's their names? The tag champ.
Tag champs?
Is it? Am I thinking of best friends? What was the last?
Best friends. Yeah. So
I think it was best friends.
It was best friends. So yeah,
and they got a championship match against Omega and Page simply for being there and being reliable, because it was going to be Private Party, but Private Party stepped back, which I understand, totally viable, totally valid. But Best Friends got a title shot. I mean, they had the record and they had the rankings and what have you, but like the company definitely threw them a bone.
Of course, but they were.
And by the way, MJF is 8-0 in 2020.
8-0, okay. 8-0 in some months, like in a couple of months. Is that Mike? Mike back.
13-1.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, he made it back.
We have a former commissioner here.
Former commissioner and
assistant top guy manager.
The new personal assistant, the top guy. This is Mr. Sock Monkey Man.
Yes, sir.
Glad to have you on this portion of the show. So we might not nerd out as much and just talk about whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, we spent an entire 15 minutes talking about merch.
Yeah, we did.
10 minutes, and then 5 of it was actual points.
Yeah, no, honestly, we have a problem.
Yeah, we do. Anyway, let's do predictions. So, who do you said we're on MJF and Moxley? Who do you have top guy? You said Moxley, right?
Yeah, I want Moxley to win. I just don't think it's time for MJF right now.
Ooh, okay.
Honestly, I love MJF. I just don't think it's his time. I think we need to build the belt a little bit more. An open challenge would be nice, maybe. Something of that nature.
Would be cool. I would want that, and then have Eddie Kingston answer it.
He could be the first one. Honestly, what am I trying to say?
You're trying to say Jon Moxley is the worst. Not. I'm sorry. You're trying to say that MJF is the worst contender for the AEW title
at very moment. Yes, I feel like it should go to someone who's been holding it down.
I would want Lance Archer, honestly.
Lance Archer.
I would have loved Lance. He's 13-1, by the way. His only loss is to Cody,
which is kind of like
champion at the top.
Which is kind of like the owner of the company.
Yeah,
So that's
very
like,
literally.
So that's like losing your Triple H. I mean, it's not necessarily that bad. I mean,
It's still a match with Triple H.
Right, like you could have lost to Johnny Ace.
Right. You could have lost to Sean Dean. I love Sean Dean, by the way.
I do too. I just don't think MJF is like should be pushed at the very moment.
That's the Rock Honda thing.
The what?
The what?
Sorry, I had to talk about that real quick. All right, go ahead.
I thought you said Wakanda. That's the Wakanda thing. I was like, no, it's last week.
It's like no.
By the way, shout out to Chadwick. Rest in peace.
Absolutely. Go listen to our Remembering Chadwick episode.
Please, especially if you were a part of it, share it. Yeah, all that good stuff.
For sure.
Yeah, I just don't think it's Jeff's time. I think that Moxley should at least hold the belt for a year.
Oh, okay. I was thinking you were gonna say Moxley should have that CM Punk reign, like that 434.
434, yeah.
Not necessarily 434, but
365.
We just need to make the belt feel like something, and I feel like there's a better person than MJF. Like, yeah, he's a good heel, but
very good heel.
I don't know if I haven't seen enough of him for him to necessarily prove himself as a worker, especially on that level, because he's like never there.
Okay, that's respectful. I actually have, if I could say my pick really quick, I have MJF, and I'll tell you why. I think that if you look at the former champions for AEW thus far, the first two, they're former WWE guys, and I just think that MJF is the perfect candidate because of the promo work that he's been doing, the campaign, how he's forcefully having people like Lee Johnson, if I want to say his name correctly, from AEW Dark on there, just having Wardlow as this like badass kind of bodyguard in a sense. I think Wardlow has a chance of making a great singles run, but that's just me.
I agree.
But like I mentioned before, I think MJF has a great a great look. He's young, he's talented. I think he could really represent AEW well. I understand why, maybe it's not his time right now. I think this is kind of the same comparison to All Out last year, with Chris Jericho and Hangman going at it, and people were confident that Hangman wasn't the guy at the time to represent AEW's first champion, which I understand now a year later.
And I agreed. I agreed at the time.
Yeah, so...
But look at the amazing story they've told since then with Hangman.
Absolutely. They have had a plan for Hangman, and you can tell.
Right. So yeah, that's why I say is MJF for the win. I think it's his time. That's all.
And I agree, and I'm going to go one step further than what you say, and because he has been on the last 3-4 weeks, and he's been very visible and had very good work rate, and his promo work is second to none. He's the best on the mic right now.
But he's not working. He's just talking.
That's all he needs to do. We've already seen that he's a good enough worker. We've already seen him put on 20-minute excellent matches with everybody. His match between just him and Jungle Boy are excellent. Any match with him and Wardlow in it is gold.
So here's my thing. Do you think MJF can hang with the rest of the established heavyweight main event roster right now?
Absolutely.
100%.
In the ring, not just on the mic, not just on the mic. Yeah. In the ring.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because I think what he has is what The Miz has, which is he's a character wrestler, and if enough of that character wrestler comes out, he can do the most milquetoast moves on the planet, but they'll still feel big.
Okay.
Thank you.
So,
not to say all his moves are milquetoast, but let's be honest, some of them kind of are.
So you think he can hang with a Lance Archer? Believably, he can hang with a Lance Archer, a Brody King,
Brody King?
Brody Lee?
Brody Lee.
I don't know where it came from. Oh no, that's actually an independent guy. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I know.
They look similar though.
Well done.
They look similar. Like Brody Lee looks like he could bring Brody King's daddy.
I mean, he looks like Mike Butler, so.
Yeah, and by the way, yes, do I think he's going to put on a 5-star classic with Omega? No, but I think he can give a championship caliber match. Championship caliber matches don't always have to be like 5-6-star classics in New Japan, but he can absolutely put on a good match. We've seen it.
So
we've seen it.
I don't necessarily know if he can put on a good match with all the rest of the huge guys at the top of the card. Like, we've had some. It's hard to be an underdog heel.
Yeah,
it's very, very hard.
Yeah, that's true. So, anyway, we've spent way too much time on just this one match, so let's try to wrap it up.
This is my damn podcast. I'll say what I want. Shit. The rest of the card. Shit. I'm the sponsor here. Anyway, I'll say what I want.
The best sponsor, by the way.
Thank you. That's why you're back. That's exactly why you're back.
I'm so not getting fired now.
And honestly, it's very hard to be an underdog. That's why I don't think they're going to pull the trigger on him right now. I think that wait until the guys on his level reach the main event. So like a Scorpio Sky, Hangman, Jungle Boy. That'll be a little bit more even, but like it's very hard to be an underdog heel, you know. It just doesn't work.
We've seen it a couple times though.
Like who?
Like for example, we've seen it with Billy Kidman a couple times. We've seen it with
Billy Kidman where?
Fairly recent. Damn you. But I mean, we've seen it a couple times in professional wrestling. To my knowledge, I think Raven. I think when he defended the ECW title against Tommy Dreamer and Sandman, I think he was the underdog in that one.
I'll take Daniel Bryan.
Oh, true. Oh yeah, during his
his 2019 run. Oh, I was going to say his 2019 run, although he did feel kind of bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ali,
his 2012, 2013 run? Oh, no, even earlier. I think his thing with Big Show was in like 2011, right?
Yeah. And he was healed then too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe he was.
Or he was a very over heel.
I think he turned heel in that match or something like that. The quarter will correct us.
He cashed in on the Big Show.
The quarter will correct us when he hears it.
For sure.
FTR versus Omega and
this
Hangman.
one's
and
easy.
this is the one that I'm most excited about.
Me too, because we're finally gonna get the turn. Because everybody knows it.
You've been slow cooking this in the crock pot for like over a year now.
Mm-hmm.
You've been like slowly simmering this turn. You brought like damn near the whole division in on it.
By the way, they are 12-0 in 2020. Page and Omega.
That's not. We're 9 months into 2020, so that's not a very good. Just saying, like you're saying.
That's fair.
Because you said MJF
but they can't always be on. They can't always be on every week.
You said MJF is 8-0, and it's like 9 months into 2020. So he works once a month. Right. I don't want to.
Well, 8. We're not all the way. Or not even 8. No, 7. Yeah, only 7.
7 matches?
9 months. We're 8 months in because September just started.
It's September. No.
Quarantine has been so long, man.
I know, dude.
No, it's 9 months.
We're over here losing our mind trying to figure out. Oh, how long has it been?
So this will be
for so long.
this will be his 9th match in 9 months.
Right.
Kind of bad. Just saying.
Yeah, FTR's winning this for sure, right? I think we all put FTR.
Yeah, I put FTR because I think FTR, I've been a fan of them since like 2015 when they started in WWE.
So
2014.
14.
No one can tell me that's not the best tag team in the world.
Thank you.
Right now, absolutely.
Well, besides the Butcher and the Blade and the Lucha Bros, but yeah.
The Butcher and the Blade?
I don't think are quite there yet. I don't think they're quite there yet. Character-wise, sure. Wrestling-wise, not. They're great, but they're not. Okay, thought experiment. Who would you pick? Any two people to have a match of these 4 teams I'm about to mention. Okay. Ready?
Okay, good.
FTR.
You said the Young Bucks.
No. I'm leaving the Young Bucks out of this. FTR.
Okay.
Lucha Brothers. Butcher and the Blade. And Scorpio Sky and what the fuck? What are they? SoCal Uncensored.
Okay.
Scorpio Sky is a single star.
I know, I was saying SoCal Uncensored. I was trying to remember their goddamn
Frankie
name.
Kazarian and Christopher Daniels.
Yes.
So
of those 4, Butcher and the Blade is last for me. They are last for... Yes. I would
really
much rather... I agree.
A great match with
I agree with you. I agree with you. But if we're talking strength of tag teams, there are 2 there that are absolutely above Butcher and the Blade.
You're
FTR
right.
and Lucha Brothers.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I think, honestly, since you said that now, I think FTR and Lucha Brothers would be absolutely a banger. That's just me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Listen, guys, I've been wanting to see that match since forever.
Same. But anyway.
Yeah. FTR is coming out on top with this. We have Shida versus Thunder Rosa. I don't know if you guys are as familiar with Thunder Rosa as I am.
I am.
Okay. Because I watch NWA.
Yeah, she was the NWA Women's Champion.
She still is.
She is.
Yeah.
She had the belt on there.
Wait, she has a fantastic Instagram, by the way.
Oh, yeah. But no, I have a question for Jay. So the question I have is that, is this match the same feel like Cody versus Nick Aldis at All In 2018 or no?
Not at all.
No, okay. Because like I was
not to me anyway. But Shida's not as built as Cody. Not even close.
Right. But no, what I'm saying is that Shida has been looking for a number 1 contender really for her title, because if you guys remember, she was a part of the first ever AEW Women's Championship match against Riho.
This is true.
Shida was?
Yeah, Shida was. It was. Oh shoot! Remind me, champ. I'm trying to remember. It was Shida versus Riho. I think it was Shida versus Riho. I don't think Nyla Rose was in there.
No, I think.
I'm not sure.
Or Cap. I don't know.
I'll look it up.
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So,
never mind.
So I think it was just a 1-on-1 match, but
I really don't know. Obviously, Riho won it, but I thought it was Britt Baker.
No,
I
don't even
think
Britt
Baker wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
No, Britt Baker was not there yet.
Yeah, Britt Baker wasn't there yet.
Wait a minute. I'm right here.
Oh, do you got it?
It was.
Like Jeopardy music.
They had a Casino Battle Royal, which was on the buy-in pre-show, which was won by Nyla Rose. Later that night on the main show, Riho became her opponent by defeating Hikaru Shida.
Yes.
Okay, so you're right.
So it was so Riho beat Shida, and then it was
Nyla Rose versus
Riho beat Rose. So she was up there.
Yeah. Right.
She was in that conversation.
Most definitely.
But yes. So, like to me, I don't know. This has a feel of Cody versus Nick Aldis from All In
on a very small scale.
NWA title field.
If Shida was as built as Cody and the AEW Women's Division was even half that of the Men's Division, I would agree with you.
Okay, but who do you guys have for this? I know I'm running like a muck here.
I said Rosa. Shida feels boring to me. AEW feels boring to me.
Well, I mean, Thunder Rosa is not going to be the championship not going to be the champ that's really going to ignite you as a wrestling watcher. Like, she's a great worker. She's like legit tough nails. However,
but at least it's different.
There's no character there. So like, you're going to have the same problem. You're just going to have something new. It's like buying a new car with the same problem as the same shitty car that you already have it.
Damn.
I knew he was going to say that.
Damn.
So I'm trading.
They really need to fix the women's division.
I'm trading
bad management.
I'm trading in my car because it has really bad gas mileage. Okay, why don't you buy this car with the same terrible gas mileage? It's just new. That's a great idea. You're like,
you're trading in an old Chevy Caprice for a Hummer.
And then you're sitting there at the gas station after driven like 50 miles. Like, what have I done? It's just terrible.
That's sad.
So, yeah, this one is honestly the one where I was like, Sheeta's gonna win, but I really don't want her to win it. I want something else, so I picked Rosa. I'm probably gonna lose this one, to be honest, but I don't care.
Okay. What about you, champ? Top Guy Management represent.
Of course. I have Sheeta because they're really bad. AEW is very bad with championships.
Yeah,
their women's division is shambles. Like,
I'd say every championship division they have is garbage, especially this next championship division I'm going to speak on. We've covered all our championships, but let's talk about TNT champ. TNT champ is not even having a match on this show. He's fighting the Nightmare family.
Yeah, and Matt Cardona.
You might as well put it. What, Nightmare Nephew or some shit?
Nightmare Nephew. We're totally gonna tag him and call him that.
Yeah, because I mean, you bring this.
Why is Scorpio Sky here?
Because
for somebody that's watched AEW recently, fill me in.
Scorpio Sky is there.
Sky with them?
Can I tell you?
No. I'm asking the question, so no.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So Scorpio Sky is there because he was the last of Cody's challengers for the TNT Championship that lost. So he still feels like he's in the championship picture. This is going to be a long ass episode, guys.
Oh yeah.
We'll call it a special. Make it an hour, 30 minutes.
For sure.
Yeah. So he was the last guy really in the title picture. So he thinks he should be the first guy in the next title picture.
Mm-hmm.
But now, this is why I have the Dark Order pick. It does not make sense to have a bullshit tag team and two single stars.
Yup.
Whole ass stable. I don't care if Brody Lee is out here smacking the shit out of people. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yes, I did, and it's hilarious.
I don't care. I don't care how many members it has. And like, well, you know, someone else can take the pin. I don't care how many members it has. I don't care how many and how many stars on the other side. It's still a stable. It's it's supposed to be a well-functioning machine. I don't care if it is a parody of WWE. They should win. And I think that Colt Cabana is going to take the pin.
Really?
Yes.
What about you, Cap?
I have the Dark Order winning for exactly the same reason. But also, I think that they've built them too much for there to just be dropped off by, like, QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes.
Can I call it right now?
Should not be beating Stu Grace and Evil Uno. What's that?
Can I call it right now? Yeah, QT Marshall's definitely taking that pin.
Yeah. See,
he's a producer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. I see, the thing about me is that I actually picked the team of Matt Cardona and the Nightmare family, or whatever you like to call them, because
why?
I think but here's the thing. I'm probably going to lose this one.
Why?
That's the case. But no, the reason is because I think they're building Matt Cardona to face off against Brody Lee. I think.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. What if I told you this? In a tag team match, you can build several matches within that match, even if some like the faces win.
Especially in an 8-man tag.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, to me, I think, here's how I think it's going to happen. I think that Mark Cardona's getting the pin, and I think that it's not going to be over Brody Lee, because I think Brody Lee, if he's taking the pin, it has to be through a championship match. But I think he's playing like maybe Colt Cabana or
here's where
someone
wrong.
from the Dark Order.
Let me tell you why you're wrong. You can push Matt Cardona, and like that's what the post-match beatdown is for. You can push Matt Cardona and have the faces lose. That's why QT Marshall's in the match.
Mm-hmm.
All they do is lose on the main roster anyway.
Damn.
Ouch.
Wait, listen, guys.
Oh, true.
That's a whole ass fact. Like that's an AEW Dark team. All they do is win on Dark, so they can make it like their numbers are big for when they lose eventually to the Dark Order.
Yeah.
So,
Dark is just a pipeline for people to lose on Dynamite. Prove me wrong.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I didn't say this quick yet, but for the women's match, I said Thunder Rosa as well.
Yeah.
So just wanted to point that out.
All right.
Yeah.
This card is so large.
Dude, 9 matches. This is gonna be like a 3.5 hour thing if they want to give any time.
Honestly,
and I still gotta purchase the pay-per-view.
I'm okay with that.
Oh my god, dude.
At least they can't sell out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we have any more matches or no?
Jericho and Cassidy.
Ooh. God.
Okay, so I said Jericho.
Really? Oh,
I did say Jericho.
Well, can you explain to the audience why?
Why you're picking Jericho or why I'm picking Jericho?
No, I'm not picking Jericho. I was originally going to pick Jericho, but then I switched. But no, go ahead. Explain your reasoning why you picked Jericho.
So this is a Mimosa Mayhem match. Whatever the hell that means. I assume they're going to drink a ton of mimosas beforehand and have a match, but they shouldn't do that.
Wait a minute. No, hold on. Let me explain. Here are the rules of the Mimosa Mayhem. Hey, don't listen. Let me get it out. Here are the rules of the Mimosa Mayhem match. Thank you.
Well done.
That was tough.
That was beautiful, top guy.
There's just too many M's in that word.
hey, that's why you're back on the show. All right. So, the only way to lose is by pinfall submission or being thrown into a giant vat of mimosas.
Okay. Makes sense. Yes. So they're not just drinking like 10 mimosas and then having a match.
No, that's Jeff Hardy versus Sting at Victory Road.
They should do that.
We've already seen
because it went so well the first time.
We've already seen.
I don't want to remember that one.
Oh, no.
Well, nobody wants to remember.
We're remembering it today, damn it.
And in the worst of 2010s, which you can find on our catalog at anchor.fm/Second Turnbuckle Wrestling.
Hell yeah, or wherever you get your podcast from.
Yep.
Spotify, Radio Public, etc.
What was that second one?
Radio Public.
Radio Public. It's like the 5th biggest podcast distribution, man.
You gotta check it out.
The 5th.
So yeah, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Damn right. Anyway. So I have Jericho because it's kind of tied. Jericho has too big of a record in 2020. Truthfully, I just think he's a better character. I think he's a better wrestler. Nothing against Orange Cassidy. I love Orange Cassidy. Also the Mimosa Mayhem thing just kind of favors Jericho more, in my opinion. What? You cannot tell me Jericho is not a better wrestler than Orange Cassidy.
Jericho is completely putting Orange Cassidy over.
Thank you.
Nah.
Knowing Chris Jericho's putting Cassidy over.
No, can I? No, go
ahead. Maybe.
No, here's my reasoning. My reasoning for having Orange Cassidy winning, which is my pick, is Orange Cassidy. Originally, I was going to pick Jericho, but then I remember that Jericho, I believe, had won the first match.
He did.
And I think he won the first match.
Yeah,
Orange Cassidy won the second match. And so this is like the final, in my opinion, it's like the final match that I think that these two are going to have. And so, what's a better way to...
I love them together.
But what's a better way to end this rivalry than to have the younger talent over, in my opinion?
This isn't
So that's why I
WWE.
say-
Chris Jericho is like, if not 50, then damn near 50.
You've laid out a very good case, and no one questions it.
It does not. It does not make sense to have a 50-year-old man, Orange Cassidy.
Thank you.
Damn you.
See, that top
Really
guy
good
management. That's how we think, man.
Exactly.
Man, you just lost like 4 in a row.
But he won one.
That's true. That's true.
That's all.
I won one.
One. That's all it takes is one. I became number 1 contender on one match.
One match.
One pay-per-view, rather.
That golden turnbuckle is going to stay in the
gonna
top guy
stay.
management. There's no leaving.
It's never gonna leave. We're gonna be the longest second turnbuckle championship holders ever. We'll talk more about that at the end of the show. Let's get to Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara.
Okay, I want to hear Cap's pick because I have a feeling he's going to pick Sammy Guevara.
Yeah.
You are?
Fuck you.
Yeah, I think Sammy.
Really? I see.
Yeah.
Let's say my pick later, but go ahead.
Okay, so I actually realize now that it's kind of a contradiction because I picked Jericho for the other one. I picked Sammy for this. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking of. Truth be told, it was nighttime and I was already drinking because
He was drinking those mimosas.
I was not drinking.
He was training. He was training for his Mimosa Mayhem match against Brian the Lion.
I would win that match. It wouldn't even be close.
Oh wow.
Dude, Brian the Lion is like 160 pounds soaking wet.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I kind of for the same reason that you picked Orange Cassidy is it's the broken rules. It's a broken rules match. Why are there so many? Did anybody else notice that there's like 5 different gimmick matches
on this show?
Yeah. Jesus. Anyway, he's the younger guy. I think he needs it more.
Wait a minute. No. Well, that means Matt Hardy has to leave AEW completely. So that's the stipulation. Loser leaves it. If Matt Hardy loses, he leaves AEW.
Was there anything for Guevara or no?
No.
Okay.
Fuck, there's no way in hell Sammy's losing, or winning, rather.
Well, you can't change
I'm losing this match. Well, I'm just losing this match, I guess.
So you say Sammy Guevara. Okay, so
this is what I get for not watching the last few weeks.
So Top Guy
just going by the highlights.
I think Top Guy Management got this pick, right, fam? I think we got this.
Of course.
I believe we have the same pick, which is, right, Matt Hardy?
Of course, Matt Hardy. We're not gonna...
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna get rid of Matt Hardy like that. I mean, I do know he hasn't necessarily been happy in AEW just for reasons. Not exactly sure why.
Maybe because I think right now Matt Hardy has been more. I think he's been more focused on managing the private party. I think.
Nah, he doesn't work with the private party that much anymore.
Well, I mean, but he still does it from time to time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As big money Matt.
Also, I don't understand why they would change Private Party's theme song to a worse theme song.
I begin to like it now, I think. Because
what is it with these companies in giving their wrestlers worse versions of their theme songs?
Keith Lee says hi.
Wait. We already, if you wanted to use shots, if you want a song with shots in it, they could have just used like the actual shot song by LMFAO and Little John.
I don't know.
They could sample that, just the chorus.
Yeah.
They might have to have some licensing issues, but if they can get it, who
TNT
better than
has the money?
Yeah. Tony Khan damn sure has the money.
I really like Orange Cassidy. TBA.
I love Orange Cassidy.
I'm glad he finally got a theme song. But
I know, instead of the best friends.
So yeah.
But yeah, so
definitely Matt Hardy's winning this one they're not going to let Matt Hardy leave just yet, especially with all the stories that can be told with the broken gimmick.
Mm-hmm. And plus, it's his match.
I've totally played myself in this match, haven't I?
Yeah,
in this bit. I played myself.
And especially the way...
Congratulations, I played myself.
Especially the way Matt Hardy fucked that boy's head up. Like, I was watching that clip the other day.
Dude, that was wild.
But, like, I didn't really see how bad he was hurt until Sammy did the 630 or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which that was amazing, by the way.
Yeah, and like he landed on Matt Hardy midsection, and it looked like his head fucking exploded. There was so much blood that shot on that side of the table, like that corner of the table. And this is their second. Yeah. This is their second fuck up with the chair in a year.
Yeah. Well, the other one was Sean Spears, right?
Sean Spears and
wrapping it around Cody's head
with not using the gimmick chair. Why don't you just have all gimmick chairs at ringside?
And what was it? It was the back of that chair, like, hit a certain part of Cody's skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
gross.
Dude, that was hard to watch.
But yeah.
Also, Cody doesn't help the fact that he has white hair.
Right.
So the smallest amount of blood looks so much worse than it actually is.
That's why Ric Flair was famous.
Yeah. He's a bleeder.
It looks good.
He's a bleeder. Okay, so let's go to Big Swole and Britt Baker in a tooth and nail match.
Dude, I am way more excited for this match than I am for the world title match.
I don't even know what this match entails. Like, do we have details about that or no?
It says tooth and nail match. It's on the pre-show.
No, it's actually moved to the main card.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it moved to the main card. If I remember correctly, I think there's a tag team match that was moved to the pre-show.
It's probably the Bucks and Jurassic Express.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so since we mentioned it, who's winning this match? 1, 2, 3, the Bucks.
I said Jurassic Express, I think.
I said the Bucks. It's just...
Oh, no, I did say Bucks. No, I did say Bucks.
Yeah, because I honestly don't think I love Jurassic Express, but, like,
They're not beating the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
No.
Not yet. But man, do I love the dinosaur. I love me some Luchasaurus.
By the way, fun fact, he was on Big Brother.
He was also in NXT.
Yep. Judas Draven, I want to say that was his name.
I have no idea.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, he was on NXT.
Like NXT guys that aren't used properly that go to another company and just hit it big.
So he actually went to Lucha Underground.
Luchasaurus.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
And he was Luchasaurus. He was he was in like this Cobra whatever, the Cobra Moon thing, whatever, with the snakes and shit. Had like a reptile faction. It was weird. They had a moth faction too.
Yeah. All right, but
so yeah, the Bucks are winning. We got that out the way. I think Big Swole should win.
Really? Okay.
I agree. Also, his name was Vibora in the Underground.
My man's looked it up. He's a go.
He was looking it up while we were talking.
Yeah. I see. I disagree. I think that Britt Baker is going to win because, like, if you look at the past several months, I think that they've been in a rivalry. I think Big Swole has won every single match that she has been put apart. I think she may have lost one. I think against
So
damn it.
So my question is, why?
Because again, it goes the same thing with the Matt Hardy match.
But here's the thing. But heels lose. You don't hurt a heel's momentum if they lose. But if you're building somebody for months just to lose to Britt Baker, which honestly I could see if Big Swole lost,
it's a bad idea.
Yeah, if Big Swole lost, I wouldn't even be mad, honestly, because the Britt Baker should be challenging for the women's championship. But I don't think she should.
Okay.
Because you've been building this face up for months. You don't build faces up just to lose to a monster heel.
Right.
Hi, WWE. Tried that shit a few weeks ago, and now Karrion Kross then separated his fucking shoulder.
Yep.
Yeah. Which that sucks.
That does suck.
Because I was excited for like a Brock
Rest up
Lesnar.
about Karrion.
Honestly, nothing against Karrion. I love Karrion Kross. I don't think that move needed to be done, honestly.
But you kind of saw it coming because, like, if Lee would have not won that match and Adam would have won instead, you know what I mean? Like, it just.
Well, okay.
It would have felt different, I think.
But you had to take the belt off of Cole, but you didn't necessarily have to take the belt off of Lee, even if they were moving him to Raw.
But see, I think it was kind of stupid that I think it was kind of stupid.
It was very stupid. But I said that to say that you don't build up of a heel. You don't build up a face just lose to a monster heel, especially in a division that needs all the characters possible.
I don't know. It just for me it makes sense for Britt Baker because I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Champ or Cap, but I think this is the first in-ring return of Britt Baker.
Britt Baker has not had a match since, which is also why I think she loses.
I don't know. I think
there's a very legit dynamic you can create where you can say Big Swole is fresher than Britt Baker, and that's why she wins. And then you have a big payoff. Like you could easily make a trifecta out of this. So this first match, Big Swole wins, right? Goes on challenge. Maybe she loses, maybe she doesn't. Then you can have Britt Baker, once she's freshened up, just say, I'm a better wrestler. I'm going to prove it, and then win. And then the third one, you have Britt Baker as the monster heel, and then you have Big Swole as the underdog trying to prove that she can hang with the best. You very easily create a story out of just that.
And an unpopular opinion, by the way, and I don't know if you guys want to agree with this on well, I think Big Swole has the potential of becoming a great AEW champion.
That's not even an unpopular opinion. I 100% agree with that. Absolutely.
That's just me because I think with her personality.
She's hilarious. She's so funny. She very much reminds me of, I'm going to draw parallels with UFC, but if you've ever seen Khabib Nurmagomedov, like how he talks shit while like on the mat and just while killing people.
Who?
She kind of does the same thing. Khabib.
Okay.
Yeah. Big Swole kind of does the same thing, where while she's wrestling, she'll talk a bunch of shit and win, and it's funny.
Yeah, no, and honestly, I just don't think that we need to bury anybody in a women's division that's fucking terrible. Like, you have Ivelisse, who's an amazing women's wrestler, tagging with Diamante, who was just a jobber on Dark.
Yep.
And they don't even have tag team championship belts. It's a medal.
By the way, so remember when Penelope Ford had like a really, really good match against Cheetah for the title?
Thank you.
She's 7-5 in 2020. Why is Penelope Ford 7-5?
The Dark
Big Swole is 7 Big Swole is 7-3.
Okay,
you know who has the best winning percentage right now? Abaddon.
Abaddon?
Let's see, Abaddon.
But Abaddon. Well, hold on. Abaddon has only been winning on Dark.
That's true. She hasn't got an opportunity at Dynamite.
But I'm just saying, in terms of just pure numbers, other than Sheeta, she has the best winning percentage of anybody on these rankings that I'm looking.
Yeah.
Britt Baker's 4-5. 2020. 4-5.
So yeah. We don't need to deflate any characters we have on this roster right now. So I'm going with Big Swole.
I am as well.
I'm going with Britt Baker just because it's her in-ring return. But that's just me. I'm probably going to lose this one, but I'll be happy with it.
It's fine. Anyway,
I love both competitors.
Yeah, truth be told, this is a match where either person winning and I'm okay with, but I really, really, really think it makes more sense for Big Swole to win.
Right. And question, do you think that this will lead up to them having an opportunity to win the title or not just yet?
Absolutely.
I think that these are the two biggest names right now. Like, these two are bigger than the title, honestly. Let's be honest.
In my opinion.
These two have had more, like, Shida has been in the crowd for most of women's matches. That's a crime, to be honest. And these two have had a bigger feud together than any Shida match so far. So absolutely, especially the fact that it's a gimmick match. Like, yes.
Yeah. Let's get to, I think we only have one left, and that's the Casino.
Yeah, it's the Battle Royal.
Battle Royale.
Where the winner will receive an AEW championship match in the future, which I'm assuming it's going to be.
It should 1,000%. It should 1,000% be Lance Archer. Anybody else, I don't see who else on it. Maybe Eddie Kingston, but
we got to know who TBD is though. First.
TBD.
Is there any rumors as to who it is?
I say
who the mystery.
It could be Miro.
Dude. No, he retired.
No, he retired.
He said he's not wrestling anymore.
Bullshit.
I mean, he said it. Doesn't necessarily mean it's true.
Fucking bullshit.
I'll tell you what, though. If he does, he'll get... I mean, there will be no pop, but he will get all the buzz.
There's fans there. You get a baby pop.
A baby pop. Like, oh, it's Rusev.
They do have socially distanced fans attendance.
Right, which they're all the way in the nosebleeds area, really.
Hey, I mean...
No, so it's not even...
You do what you can, I
wouldn't
guess.
even say nosebleeds. I'd say they're in like the mid-concourse area.
Oh, okay. Are they still doing wrestlers at ringside or no?
Yes, wrestlers at ringside, and then like right at the level above, there's where the fans start. And there's social distance, and the venue is outside, so...
Yeah, I mean... Honestly, like that's how the way events should be. Like, as long as people are responsible, which I know that's asking a lot,
and they're testing.
Like,
they're
exactly
doing temperature scans.
If you have a fever, you can't go in. To have socially distanced lines for concessions, you know, sometimes I have hope for humanity, and that people will just be good and use common sense and just don't be around people. Wear a mask.
Not here in California.
Exactly.
Not here in California.
I don't know. Like, you could have events again as long as people just do what they're supposed to. But that's just me.
But okay, so then Cap says Lance Archer. You know, Champ says TBD. Which now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it might be.
So, the only reason I say TBD is last time we had someone TBD, they won.
Yep, thanks, Brian Cage.
Right.
See, the reason, okay, I agree with Cap on this one. I think it's Lance Archer, because maybe that TBD might be Marco Stunt.
Get the fuck out of here. It's not gonna be Marco Stunt.
But honestly,
I want it to be Marco Stunt now just to watch you cry.
Yeah, but long story short, I think that Lance Archer is a great candidate to be a real contender for whoever wins Mox versus MJF. Even if Mox retains, I think that would be an amazing match with Lance Archer and and the promo work from Jake Roberts, dude. Like, it's like compared to like all the other people, maybe
Eddie Kingston might win.
Maybe.
I think Eddie, like, my second mind is.
So you know who has the best betting the best betting odds right now? The top three are Darby Allin, Lance Archer, and Eddie Kingston.
Really? I thought people were gonna say Darby Allin, Lance Archer, and
the Machine.
No, I was gonna say Brian Cage. I thought maybe
Brian Cage is fourth.
Not Ricky Starks? I'm just kidding.
I can see a
Ricky Starks is fifth.
Really?
I can see a Kingston just like letting like Pentagon and I can see it coming down to Kingston, Pentagon, and Butcher.
Dude,
Pentagon
no, you know what's insulting? The last five, the announced entrants, the last five in terms of betting odds are Pentagon Jr., Butcher and the Blade, and the Gun Club. Billy and Austin.
I mean, if Austin wins this, I mean, that'd be kind of funny.
Marco Stunt's not even on here. Come on, man.
Well, hey,
watch
he might be
the
listening.
I was going to say, watch the TBD Marco Stunt, and Jay just goes, yeah.
No, listen. Let me tell you why. Having Marco Stunt as a to be determined competitor in this match is kind of like having Rey Mysterio come in 30th at that one pay-per-view, and he's got the shit boot out of him.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
When I think it was, everyone thought it would be Daniel Bryan, but it wasn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, no, Daniel Bryan was
already eliminated.
Right.
He was
I hear.
Wait, are you talking about the greatest Royal Rumble?
No.
I hear Echo.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't say anything about it either. I don't hear it.
Okay. I don't hear anything.
I'll fix it.
What are we talking about?
I'll fix it if I have to, but it's like send a chat instead, because it doesn't make sense to like I hear an echo. Like, oh, I just wasted 2.5 seconds of airtime. Anyway, guys, these have been our predictions. We're gonna cut it right there.
Ooh, that was long.
That's what she said.
That's what she
anyway, that's why he's my assistant. Anyway, just to update you guys, these predictions are for the second turnbuckle, the Golden Turnbuckle Championship. It's triple threat right now. It is Lesnar.
It's kind of like a 2-on-1 handicap.
Basically, I'll explain later.
Yeah.
The Champ Feslo has fortunately had some things happen in life, taking a step away from the podcast at the moment. So the powers that be in the second turnbuckle podcast have decided the Top Guy Management Group can and should be able to defend the Golden Turnbuckle in his honor, and they will be using the Freebird rules. So I will be representing Festo Dollars. We also have Lesnar in the match. The Dirty Quarter. He hasn't been on an episode. Now, honestly, if he wins, he can come back on, but he can't win because the third person in the match is my personal assistant, Mr. Sock Monkey Mike.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, it is kind of
that Top Guy Management.
Top Guy Management Group. So it is something. It is sort of like a handicap match. Honestly, if Mike wins, we all win because Freebird. If I win, we all win. And if Denzel wins, which he's not, he's gonna be floating out here by himself because we'll be back for the next pay-per-view. So like, honestly, if you think about it, Denzel has a 33 and a 3% chance of winning later this evening. But if you put Mike's 5% bonus chance for being Sock Monkey Mike of YouTube and Instagram and Twitter wrestling fame, and my 17.5 7% chance of winning because I'm just that damn good.
And you just don't miss.
We don't miss. Denzel's percentage goes down to about a 19 and 3/5 chance of winning at All Out. Steiner math.
If yours is 17, wouldn't that be lower? Oh, you're using Steiner math.
Steiner math, yeah.
Steiner math. Dude, that segment is so funny.
Listen, there's our math, there's old math, there's new math, quick maths, and there's Steiner math.
And then there's second turnbuckle math.
Yeah, that too.
Trademark.
Well, guys, that's gonna do it for us here at the Second Turnbuckle Podcast. Thank you for listening to this live episode. As live as we can. It's going right out. You guys know who we are. You know we can find us. Sock Monkey Mike on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And
Take care, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Have a good All Out. Let us know how you did. Thank you so much for listening.
You just finished listening to another fantastic episode of the Second Turnbuckle Wrestling Podcast. If you liked what you heard, Go ahead and give us a follow on Anchor and favorite the podcast so you'll have an in-app notification when we upload. We are everywhere that you can listen to podcasts, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. Anchor does it all for us so you guys get the content you want as quick as can be, with episodes like our review of Undertaker's The Last Ride, which don't end up on YouTube. Anchor exclusive. We upload to podcast distributions a day before YouTube. If you're listening on YouTube, go ahead and give us a subscribe and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a single upload. Follow us on Twitter at OG_STP, everything capital, on Instagram at OGSTP, everything lowercase, and on Facebook, just search the Second Turnbuckle Wrestling Podcast, and we'll be there for anything you may want to discuss on social media. Thanks you guys for listening. This is Captain, signing off.